Hey everyone, welcome to week 3 of your discussion time for our Talking Points series, and this is the final week. And this is the conversation that might be the most challenging conversation. And it's not challenging because you have to face down someone else. It's challenging because this is the kind of conversation where we have to face down ourselves. One of the questions that you're going to talk about is this: are there any barriers? Social barriers, political barriers, economic barriers, any of the barriers, any of the labels that we put on ourselves that are just normal to put on ourselves in our culture, are there any barriers that make it harder for you to see the full value of someone else? Sometimes it's just incredibly easy for us to equate someone's behavior with their character and their worth. Sometimes you can connect the dots pretty quickly and easily between behavior and character, but there are lots of times it's not that easy. And sometimes we just want to connect someone's viewpoint with their character, and we want to connect their viewpoint with their value and worth. Maybe sometimes it's easy to connect the dots between someone's viewpoint and their character, but there's lots of times it's just not that easy. So would you be willing to turn the spotlight on yourself? I want to turn the spotlight on myself. The people in your group, they want to turn the spotlight on themselves. Are you willing to turn the spotlight on yourself and say, hey, is there anything, is there any barrier that makes it harder for me to see the full value of someone else? Are there any differences? Are there any divides? Are there any disagreements that should minimize in light of our unity in Christ? Being united in Christ doesn't mean that disagreements aren't real. Of course they're real. We should not pretend that they're not there. But the things that tend to divide people should minimize in light of our unity in Christ. And here's the big question. Maybe even talking about this got emotional for you this weekend as you watched the message, but this is our big question. How can we carry the burdens of someone else if we don't care to hear what burdens them? Let me say it again. How can we carry the burdens of someone else if we don't care to hear what burdens them? Maybe the first step is the biggest step. The first step in loving others and the way that Jesus has loved us is the step that requires us to push down our